Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the elect. This video, I want to get into the origin, the history of the Hebrew, okay? Ibaryath, which is the Hebrew and the Lashawan Kodash. Lashawan meaning tongue, and Kodash meaning holy, as we call it today. In line with Zephaniah 3 and 9, the holy, the pure tongue that was given unto us so that we can worship the Lord and call upon his name. So to open up this lesson, I want to go to Genesis 2, and I want to start from verse 19. And out of the ground the Lord power formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was a name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. Okay, now this is the origin of the alphabet. Okay, essentially the alphabet came from the Lord, the Most High Power, bringing forth any creature, anything before Adam, and whatever he named he placed upon it, the Lord saw that was what the name was. Now this is shown by evidence when you go to the alphabet. There's the reason why the alphabet has meanings attached to every symbol in the alphabet is due to the fact that they came out of the naming done by Adam. Okay, like Alap, okay, meaning cattle. Okay, because that was a name placed upon the cattle. And that's why when you look at the R in the Lashawan Kodash, what you find is a cattle's head sideways. So if you turn it around, what you'll find is that it looks like the head of a cattle. But Yaf, the same with that. It's like a house, a tent, alright? And that's what the symbol looks like, what it was named. And then even when you go to the laf, door, it looks like the door to the house, more or less. Okay, it looks like the entrance to the opening to a door. All right, so let me read this again. And out of the ground, Genesis 2 and 19, and out of the ground the Lord power formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called the living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all the cattle of the fowl, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. Okay, so at this present time that being spoken, being read, this was done orally. Okay, and it's during this time, prior to the time of writing upon parchments or engraving, etching things in stone. Everything was commanded orally. Okay, the laws were kept orally. Everything was done via oral pronunciation. Okay, but through the process of time, what you find is that through process of time, you had the heathen start to do writing, and basically through them writing, they basically formulated the alphabet, okay, as we know it today. All right, that's why when you check out the alphabet as it is today, what you find is that the alphabet carries their meanings within their own alphabets. Like the Phoenician, for example, they carry the same symbols that go back to the naming that Adam did, because everything essentially comes from the Hebrew. They were dealing with that same prior to the Tower of Babel, and pursuing onwards, they had a variation of the Hebrew, a corrupt form of the Hebrew, but still kept certain parts. And that's why it's even present up until today, dealing with the alphabet of this modern day and age. Like the word alphabet, for example, is essentially basically a lot by Yaf put together. That's why it's alpha and bet. That's going back to the Greek, which if you do the history, you look it up, It says the Greek goes back to the Phoenician, and the Phoenician goes back to the Hebrew, man, the original tongue. Okay. But then also they also name it ABCs in English. Now, when you look at the ABCs, that's basically the same as saying Abba, Ga, okay? Alpha, Beta, Gamma, all right? It's the same thing. Because what you find out is that the variation of C, as we know it today, is basically a G. And if you look up the history, that's what you'll find. And the reason why we know this is when you go into the meaning of the letter G, what you find is Gamal, which even a character looks like the head of a camel. All right, so Gamal, and then basically what is the meaning of Gamal? Camel. Okay, so that even shows you how the variation of Gamal got changed into camel. Okay, from G to C. So with that was a quick lesson about the history, essentially the founding of the alphabet. I pray you're edified. Say shalom.